Literally just finished watching WrestleMania 12, rewatching it. First time I watched this historic event, one of the greatest WrestleManias, was in 1996, a while ago, 22 years ago. I was at my grandma's watching it, and I was tuning in for two reasons: to see the return of the Ultimate Warrior, who's one of my all-time favourites, and the match between the two greatest performers in-ring wise of all time, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. They had wrestled one-on-one in a pay-per-view match since Survivor Series 92. So this was a long time in the making. These were two of the greatest of the next generation. Bret Hart started leading the next generation, and Shawn Michaels sort of took over. So this was really a clash of two icons of the time and two of the best wrestlers ever. 6 matches took place at WrestleMania 12. The worst, well, I say worst, but it was still a moment. The jobber known as Hunter Hearst Helmsley took on the returning Ultimate Warrior, and it was a job match, 1-star match, quite a humorous match seeing the Warrior no-sell the pedigree, that mighty pedigree. Warrior, he looked very strong, destroying Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the jobber known as that. 1-star match, though I can't rate it any more than 1 star, but it was a great, when I was watching this, it was just so good to see the Ultimate Warrior come back. I was disappointed he left so early, later on in 1996, and it would be a long time before the Warrior was in a WWE ring again. But it was good to see him back, even though it was brief. Next was the debut WrestleMania match of the guy whom would go on to become my favorite wrestler of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Almost a 3-star match here, but I give it 2-star. It was Steve Austin against Savio Vega. Pretty sound match, but far from Steve Austin's greatest match of all time. But it was a solid debut at WrestleMania. We had no idea what we were in for with this man. There was touches of the Attitude Era in this pay-per-view, and Steve Austin, here he was. He was a star of the Attitude Era, the guy. The fourth best match of the night was, I'm going to go with the 6-man tag match. It featured Yokozuna teaming up with Jake the Snake Roberts, and Ahmed Johnston, versus the Bulldog, Owen Hart, and Vader. This was a great 6-man tag match. I thought it was great to see Jake Roberts v Owen Hart moments in this match. Those two could have had an outstanding one-on-one match. Jacob Roberts, he was returning here. This was his first WrestleMania match since WrestleMania 8. But it was a solid opener. This opened up the WrestleMania 12 event. And yeah, it was an enjoyable match. Vader getting the win over Jake Roberts for his team. Third place, Roddy Piper versus Goldust. This match was ahead of its time. I don't think they could get away with this match nowadays, with all the political correctness out there. But Goldust and Piper, such a contrast in characters. The brawl parts, backstage brawl parts of this match were fun. There was some great, stunt work and performances from both here. I rated it 3 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed it watching it first time around, and it's still fun. The Undertaker versus Big Daddy Cool Diesel Kevin Nash, who would go on to have quite the year, quite the impact later on in WCW as part of the NWO, lost to The Undertaker. The Undertaker went 5-0 here at WrestleMania 12 in his best WrestleMania match to date. Him and Diesel put on a pretty solid affair. 3 stars out of 5 from me. Up until this point, this was The Undertaker's best WrestleMania match, and it was a great send-off for Diesel, who had quite the run in 1995. He was the guy they pushed the most in 1995, and he done a clean job to The Undertaker. The main event, Shawn Michaels v. Bret the Hitman Hart, I remember watching this first time around when I was, just a kid. Loved it. It was an incredible matchup. And it's a long match to sit through, but the performances these guys put into this match is, it doesn't get much better. This is a great old school wrestling match. This is the best WrestleMania match I've rewatched. As tops Hogan Warrior, this was the best WrestleMania match by quite a bit, with the performances they put on in this match that told a beautiful story all the way, and then the cliffhanger ending, well, not the cliffhanger ending rather, but the ending, Bret Hart putting Michaels in the sharpshooter, and Michaels refusing to give up, and then the time limit ran out, and then Gorilla Monsoon ordered the match to continue, and we got a decisive winner. And it was there was moments in the match you're thinking, God, these guys really have some real heat with each other. They did later on. They did. We won't get there. Them two squaring up again until Survivor Series 1997. We all know what happened there. The infamous screw job that saw Bret Hart out of the World Wrestling Federation for years. But this WrestleMania match was, the best WrestleMania match ever at that point. And looking at it, the pure wrestling in here, it was just, incredible performances from both. So, yeah, match of the night, match of WrestleMania so far after rewatching all 12. And yeah, I'll see you all guys for WrestleMania 13. We got WrestleMania, I've placed it just under WrestleMania 10 in my list. After watching the WrestleManias, rewatching them so far, just under WrestleMania 10, 8, and WrestleMania 3. But the match, it had the greatest WrestleMania match to that specific date so far. So yeah, highly recommend WrestleMania 12.